So you could definitely say organisation is a hobby of mine. I genuinely enjoy writing lists and getting organised. And today I'm sharing my top 5 tips if you work from home or are self-employed or are just someone who makes their own schedule and needs to be on top of all the tasks by themselves. Great if you're a student. I really hope these tips help you out and help you kind of stay on top of your life and workload. So my first tip is, in my opinion, you cannot beat pen and paper a lot of the time. I am a huge fan of apps and digital technology when it comes to organising. I always keep my Google Calendar updated, and I do have some like list apps and things, but generally for to-do lists and just processing all of your thoughts and kind of hashing out a project or like, you know, breaking things down, pen and paper you just cannot beat, in my opinion. So I always have a notebook by my side in my bag. I go back to this, make lists, make notes throughout the day. I use this as my daily to-do list. This is actually my bullet journal, which is a type of pen and paper journaling that I really like. I will link my bullet journal if you want to watch that video. I take you through my process of creating my bullet journal and the setup and everything. But even if you don't want to do that, literally just buying a notebook and writing a to-do list on it every day and just keeping that to-do list by your side as you work helps me so much, because there's something about writing it down that makes it more real and makes me more motivated to do it. My second tip is to try out time blocking, and this is something I've started doing in the past few months, I want to say, and it has changed my work life. Like, it's really made a huge difference, and I feel like even though it seems like you're taking control away from yourself and taking freedom away from yourself, you're actually giving yourself more freedom and more control over your life, because who doesn't want to kind of map out their life in advance with each and every day, because you can choose what goals you want to reach, you can choose what tasks you want to do that are important to you or you're passionate about, and you can really balance your schedule according to what you like to do. The way that I do this is I literally block out each hour of the day in advance and roughly say what I'm going to be focusing on in each hour. So that might sound really scary to some people, but honestly 90% of the time I stick to it, and that 10% where random things happen and things that are out of your control stop you from doing something, or something runs over or whatever, I've still done so much more versus not doing it in the first place. So for me it works out really well. My third tip is the weekly plan and weekly check-in, and I've talked about this before if you've watched some of my goal setting videos. The weekly plan is really great because it brings all aspects of your life together and allows you to have a general overview of your week. I find when I have a lot to do, this helps me feel in control, it helps me feel focused and not really overwhelmed by things, because I can see, each day is going to be a different focus. I can see where I'm busy, I can see the free time I have, and I can kind of start thinking, okay, this day I'm at home all day, so I'm going to do the majority of my admin work and YouTube and blogging stuff, and then this day I'm out and about, so I have this list of random errands and things that I need to pick up. You'll end up getting everything done by the end of the week if you look at your week like this. My fourth tip is to prepare the night before. So just like I prepare the weekly plan on a Sunday evening, I always try to prepare my daily time blocked to-do list the night before, just because I find that if you don't, you just run on autopilot the morning after, and when I'm running on autopilot I get much less done because I'm thinking about all the different things I know I need to get done that day, But then because I'm really flustered, I tend to get really easily distracted. I tend to be scrolling through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. If I've time blocked my schedule the night before, then I know that I need to start working like roughly around 9 or 10 or whenever it might be, and I'm much more likely to stick to that plan and schedule, because even though I do enjoy the freedom of being self-employed, I do also genuinely enjoy structure and find, again, like planning the night before just puts you in a much better headspace for being focused on the things that really matter versus scrolling through your Instagram feed. Which brings me on really nicely to my last point, which is all about prioritizing your tasks and your goals. When you focus on your priorities, then you can kind of balance the immediate, like urgent things, but then also make time for the things that you're passionate about and the things that are really going to help move you forward. So putting this into context in a business environment, I obviously day to day have to get the immediate things done, like taxes and emails, all those smaller tasks that require my immediate attention. But because I prioritize my goals and plan out my day in advance, I also always make time to reflect and journal and plan for bigger and better things. So I always have time in my week or even in my month to sit back and spend time thinking about my overall business, where I'm going, you know, financially, where I want to be, what I can do to make that happen, and kind of new big ideas and creative projects and things that I want to work on to help move me forward with my business. If you are self-employed or work from home, I would love to know your top tips for staying organised. Please leave your advice in the comments for everyone else to see. You could also tweet me or Instagram me, Snapchat me. I would love to have a chat and make this an ongoing discussion, because we're on our own all the time. We need company, we need like people to bounce ideas off, so I'd love to chat to you more about this. Please subscribe if you're new. I post lots of lifestyle content like this, as well as beauty videos 3 times a week, so I'd love to see you in my next video. Bye!